Greetings! I am Adventure Argonaut, a streamer and writer from Finland, although I live in Hong Kong. Welcome to my detective's office. I stream RPGs, point and click adventure games, retro games, and I tend to gravitate towards games with investigation and detective work. Examples of this are Shadows of Doubt, Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth, Disco Elysium, Game Deck, and Psychic Detective, a Japanese visual novel from the early 90s. Still, role-playing games consume a great deal of my streaming time, as can be seen from the many videos of Dark Souls 2, Xenogears, and Titan Quest. Thankfully, there are shorter RPGs out there as well, such as Skald Against the Black Priory and Shadowrun Returns. Like some of the games I've streamed, I'm a relic from the past. Being born in the 80s, my first computer was Commodore 64, then Amiga 500 and CD32. Then I moved on to Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis if you swing that way, and eventually PlayStation. Now I tend to play on PC though. I've streamed some old Amiga games and a few old point and click adventure games from the 90s like Cruise for a Corpse, Full Throttle, and Shadow of the Comet. Once per week I do the Golden News, where I discuss current events, social issues, politics, and gaming news. The Argonauts had the Golden Fleece, so I have the Golden News. Get it? As I mentioned before, I'm also a writer, although I haven't published anything yet. I've completed my sci-fi novel Leviathan Depths, and I'm looking for a publisher. The story focuses on the crew of a submarine instead of a spaceship, as is more conventional in science fiction. It's exploring the endless ocean, and it stumbles upon ancient mysteries and international political machinations. Rather than science fiction, one might call it myth fiction, as I've been inspired by mythology when creating it. Especially the biblical term waters above inserted the idea into my mind of a vast ocean with floating domed worlds in it. Currently, I am working on an untitled novel that I'd categorize as either low fantasy or sword and sorcery. The protagonist is a young pig farmer who enlists with the Legion to fight against savage barbarians to pay for his sick father's treatments. I intend to keep things simple. The setting borrows quite a lot from ancient Rome. I also like to dabble with AI art, as has been shown in this video. It comes in handy when creating thumbnails for YouTube or posting hedgehogs on Twitter X. I stream on Twitch, Kick and Rumble, and upload my streams afterwards to YouTube. My wife once asked why don't I just stream there as well. Well, good question. I like to use YouTube as an archive of sorts, and to have control over the thumbnail and title. In addition to a wife, I also have a son who is a few months old. His voice sometimes makes an appearance in the background during my streams. So that is Adventure Argonaut. Step into my floating detective's office and tell me what case needs investigating this time.